Welcome to the Terminology Leading Practices stream of the SNOMED CT Expo for 2021. My name is Donna Morgan and I'm a mapping terminologist at SNOMED International, and I will be today's moderator for this session. Please be advised that any questions or comments you may have on this topic can be submitted through the live Q&A in your AirTouch device. All questions will be answered at the conclusion of the presentation. So please allow me to introduce Carolina Abri-Tormo from Valencian Physabio Biobank Network. This presentation is entitled Creation of the Standard Pre-Analytical Code System Refset in SNOMED CT for use in biobanks and biomedical research.
Hi. I want to begin to express my gratitude for giving me the opportunity to explain the work we are doing from biobanks with SNOMED CT. My name is Carol. I'm from Valencia. I work for Biobank for Biomedical Research and Public Health that depends on the Health Department of Valencian government through the Foundation for the Promotion of Biomedical and Health Research of the Valencian community. Our team, named Semantic Interoperability Observatory from the Biobank Spanish Network, OICIB, has closely collaborated with the Spanish National Release Center of SNOMED CT in developing the SPREC, Standard Pre-Analytical Code Refset. SPREC is a pre-analytical coding system for samples to be used in biobanking and biomedical research, developed by ISBERG, International Society for Biological and Environmental Repositories. The SPREC code is composed by 7 positions. Each of them are different for fluids or solid samples. Some examples of samples type are serum, plasma, from 1 or 2 centrifugation, urine taken in different circumstances, tears, stools, Buffy quote, etc. The primary container refers to the physical object from which the sample was taken. Then we have position 3, which describes the time between sample collection and the start of centrifugation. Position 4 and 5 are for centrifugation conditions. In position 6, we describe the time elapsed between the end of the centrifugation and the long storage. Finally, in the position 7, and this is the same for both fluid and solid samples, the method of conservation is described. Container and temperature conditions, as can be seen in solids. The positions describe the solid samples collection methods, the cold and hot ischemia, and also the characterization of the fixation. In this slide, we can see how we use SPREC in our soap and software. It should be noted that although there is an expected SPREC, each sample might have its own variability. This variability, it was make SPREC relevant to be able to compare samples in a research request. And now let's see how we OICIB team, together with the National Release Center, have worked on the creation of the refset. We decided to create a refset for each SPREC position. This means for the values of each position. We also create two refsets, one for the fluid variables and one for the solid variables. We start the work by identifying the pre-existing concepts and assuming them for our refset. From this point, we identify the need for the creation of new concepts. Subsequently, we work on the description. We prepare the full specific name according to the Spanish adaptation of the editorial policy and define at least one preferred synonym for each of the new concepts. Finally, we place each new concept in SNOMED with at least one hierarchical parent. All new concepts have been created as primitive, and their semantic definition remains to be defined. Now, I would like to show some of the difficulties we have had in the process of mapping from SPREC to SNOMED. For example, the list of sample types have been relatively easy to map. We cannot say the same for the list of primary containers in which we have collected the samples. It should be noted that our team has previously analyzed which hierarchy will be the most appropriate for each of the SPREC positions. As a result of this work, a total of 170 new concepts, which they corresponding full specific name, as a total of 380 new descriptions, and 190 new ISA relationships have been generating for this new concept of SPREC in the SNOMED expression. In this figure, we can see that the vast majority of new concepts that have been created are located in the hierarchy of procedures. Some new samples types are physical objects to cover the needs of the primary containers. The observable entities to define the variables, and the rest have been metadata. And to conclude, our aims are to achieve the implementation of Refset in all the biobanks of our Spanish network, to evolve the minimum data set to be shared and have it with SNOMED, to make our work available to other biobanks and research groups internationally. This SNOMED Refset will be made available to both biobanks and research groups that require it to improve the implement of SPREC in their electronic record systems, thus facilitating interoperability at the service of biomedical research. Thank you for your attention. Okay, I finished.
Thank you for your presentation, Carolina. Can I ask that all attendees give us a moment while we switch from our pre-recorded content so that Carolina can address the questions you have been submitting live. Please note that this session will be available on the event platform for the next 3 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you to all of you who attended Carolina's presentation. It was a good presentation, but unfortunately, we're in a position where the presenter is not able to join us for this session due to technical reasons. So I'm going to ask, therefore, if you'll please send all your questions via the meeting hub for SNOMED CT, or just submit them. I don't know, is that the best area? Yes, just through the meeting hub. That would be good. Okay. Thank you very much, and thank you for attending this morning.